All right, state championship dreams are on the line tonight on this Friday in the semifinals of the State B tournaments. Welcome back to Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena.
All right, playing right behind us right now is Brewster and White Swan in the 2B girls game, of course. Both teams vying for a spot in the championship. The score was 34-28 at the break. Right now it's 36-28. Brewster.
All right, let's get you to the action that happened just within the last hour. Reardon going for the repeat in 2Bs, taking on Adna late this afternoon in those semifinals. And Reardon in control from the start. Lorenz Schultz knocks down the J, 16-6, Reardon on top. Next Indian possession, it's Kelsey Moose on the drive. The flutter will go, game high 19 for her for the ball game. Indians close out strong here in the second quarter, up 38-14 at the half. Reardon rolling into the 2B championship game with a 74-37 victory.
All right, Bear Creek taking on Riverside Christian. Consolation games here. Third quarter action of this one. Bear Creek down. Kendall Engelstein drives and lays it in, gets the call. Grizzlies up 29-22. Later in the second, Kendra Staymates hits the long two and just inside the arc there for Riverside. It's 31-22 Riverside Christian. The Crusaders cruise 45-35.
All right, in the other consolation bracket game, Tacoma Baptist playing PL. First quarter, PL out to the early 4-point lead, make it 6. Kayla Caps with the jumper to make it 10-4 Trojans. More of the same now in the second as Caps will nail the three. PL winning in a blowout. 45-25, they'll face Riverside Christian in the fourth place game tomorrow morning.
All right, in just about an hour, the Colton Wildcats taking the floor, looking to four-peat in the 1B bracket, of course. But Sam, we've seen a lot of Colton fans around here already piling in the house.
They are certainly here. They'll have to take on Elmira Cooley Heartline tonight at 7:15 behind us. Columbia will face Sunnyside Christian in tonight's final semifinal of the night.
All right, but first, let's check out those consolation brackets. Nia Bay taking on Lopez. First quarter action, Lopez down. Marina Steinbrook with a tough crowded shot off the backhand. It's 12-8 Nia Bay. A few possessions later, Sierra Moss hits a three for Nia Bay, and they go on to win easily, 84-50.
All right, in the other consolation bracket matchup, Northwest Yeshiva taking on Cusick. We'll pick it up late in the second quarter. 6-13's trying to rally. That's Grace Almo on the lay-in. Still down, though, 38-22. Cusick answers right back. Game high 25 coming from that young lady, Andrea Hine, and Cusick winning 73-45 your final.
All right, so back to the boys' action right now. Right behind us, Elmira Cooley Heartline taking on Kingsway Christian. The Warriors are currently up 18-11 in the third quarter. Of course, we'll have highlights of that one tonight.
All right, let's get you back to the action in the semifinals. Valley Christian, Nia Bay fighting for a spot in that 1B championship game. This game just going final within the last hour. That's Craver Small, 15 points, 10 rebounds for him. 2014 Valley Christian. Game tied at 42 until Titus Pasqua nails the jumper. Nia Bay up by 2, but Valley Christian would retake the lead. Colby Blue with a game high 20. Valley Christian wins. They'll go to the title game 59-54.
Sunnyside Christian taking on Mount Rainier Lutheran. Mount Rainier Lutheran down by 15 early on. Second quarter action, the Hawks trying to cut that deficit with a three ball right there. It's 23-18 Sunnyside Christian. Third quarter, SC keeping their distance. Trevor Wagner drives and banks it in. 27-22 Knights. Wagner with a game high 20 points. Sunnyside Christian wins 46-39.
All right, Moses Lake Christian and Muckleshoot also playing in the consolation bracket first quarter. Moses Lake with the early lead. Thomas Knopf following up his own miss. He had 8 points for the ball game. Early 3-point lead. Later now in the first, another big ball game for Jim Timofeus. The steal, the finish. Game high 25 for him, but Muckleshoot rallies back. Buddy Brendable on the loose ball, and Muckleshoot wins 67-57. They advance to play in tomorrow's fourth place matchup.
All right, boys 2B action of the Northwest Christian Crusaders looking for their 5th title in 6 years. But the Colfax Bulldogs, they're also looking for the state title, their first one since 1947. But SWX has got you covered tonight. We'll be carrying both of those 2B boys games live on SWX. Bulldogs tip off first against Tudor Lake, 7:15, followed by Adna, Northwest Christian. That game gets going at 9 p.m.
All right, let's go to the 2B consolation bracket. Dayton trying to bounce back from a first-round loss against Tudor Lake, taking on LaConner. First quarter, Garrett Turner, he had 16 points. There's 2 of them. Dayton trailing 12-6. Next possession now for LaConner. Landy James. Turnaround will go. He had a game-high 17. But we go to the final minute of regulation. Tie ball game. Hayden Fullerton. Big basket there. Dayton winning 39-37 the final.
Wahkiakum and Lake Roosevelt also in the consolation bracket. This was a good one. Final minute of the game. Lake Roosevelt down 1. Lee Williams working his way to the rim. He lays it in, but the Braiders up by 1 point. Next possession, Wahkiakum takes the lead right back with a 3 from Lars Blix. They go up 58-56. Blix had 8. Mules go on to win 65-60.
All right, state tournament highlights coming up from Tacoma and much more. Stay with us. We're live at State Bees after this. All right, welcome back live at the State Bees. In 4 of the last 6 years now, the Greater Spokane League has sent a representative in the 4A boys tournament to the state championship game. Central Valley starting that run 6 years ago. They're looking to keep that run alive this year.
Yeah, they're taking on Union tonight at 9 p.m. Looking again, put their mark on that state title game. That game starts at 9.
Yeah, 1-1 away from that state championship game. In the 3A tourney, U-High boys back at state for the first time since the 1980s. Semifinal matchup against Rainier Beach. Early on, Jared Miller, the hoop and the harm. Titans leading by 4 at that point, but you know, Rainier Beach just always had the answer. And Rio Adams, baseline jumper to put the Vikings up by 3. U-High would make a rally. Zach Martin, big fella, big ball game tip in there, but not enough. Rainier Beach winning today, 61-53. U-High sent to the consolation bracket.
All right, Central Valley, the girls looking to punch their ticket to the state title game. All right, right in the heels of Brooke Galloway and freshman sensation Madison Hovren. Well, this one did not disappoint, I'll promise. Semifinal game against Mount Rainier. First half action of this one. Mariah Cunningham scores off the inbound pass. The Bears within 3 points. Later in the half, CV down by 1. Now it's Brittany McPhee, the jumper for Mount Rainier. The Rams take the 3-point lead right there. But same half, Chantel Fitting. Bears not giving up. 3 ball, count it. CV within 2 points. Jordan McPhee, though, has the answer on the fast break. We are tied at 32 in the 4th, but watch this, 4.9 seconds left, and it's Sydney Emery, game-winning 3-ball. CV punches their ticket to the state title game, 42-40, the final score.
I've said all season long, and that looks like a state championship team. 4A semifinal going on right now. Gonzaga Prep leading Skyview 14-12. Going into the second quarter, look for those highlights tonight on the late edition. In the 1As in Yakima, Kashmir and Zilla facing off. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. It's Zilla's Darrell Pascal with the layup. It's a 5-point Zilla lead. Later in the first, here's Jace McKay, and here's a 3-pointer extending that Zilla lead to 8. Kashmir trying to make a run. Trenton Johnson will knock down a 3, but Kashmir's state title run will come to an end. Zilla winning 66-45.
We stay in Yakima, Clarkston and Linden, 2A girls semis. Second quarter action, this one, Casey McConnell, the putback. The game is tied at 9 apiece. The very next play, and the very same person, McConnell with a putback, but this time she grabs one to go. Clarkston wins 59-36. University also playing tonight against Prairie in the 3As. That game starts at 9 p.m. Of course, we promise you we'll have highlights of that one.
All right, let's get you caught up on what's going on in the state 5As and 4As in Idaho. Defending state champions Mountain View in the state semifinals tonight, taking on Post Falls in less than an hour. 4A Moscow advancing the semis. They'll play the Bears at Rigby tonight. The Bears playing Rigby tonight.
Coeur d'Alene also dropped one to Highland as well.
Gonzaga women and men both ready for the WCC tournament semifinals in Las Vegas. That is tomorrow, but today we catch up with Matt Rogers, who has the latest from the Strip.
The Gonzaga women wrapping up a final practice here at the Tarkanian Basketball Academy just a little bit ago. The Bulldogs now know they will face the St. Mary's Gales tomorrow in the semifinals. The Gales beating Pepperdine 67-63 earlier today. Head coach Kelly Graves expecting a battle at the Orleans Arena.
They're the best rebounding team in the conference. We're number 2. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. And so we've got to be physical with their inside kids, limit them to one shot. I think that's going to be critical. But then, they have some players on the perimeter who are their marquee players, and they're so good at taking you off the dribble. So we've got to contain dribble penetration. We can't allow them to break us down off the dribble.
Now these two teams split the regular season series, both winning on the other's home court. So it's fitting that the rubber game will be played at a neutral site, the Orleans Arena. That game tomorrow gets underway at noon. In Las Vegas, Matt Rogers, SWX Sports.
Matt, thank you. Brewster, now Myra Cooley, Heartline, both leading in their semifinal games. We'll have those highlights tonight. We'll see you again, 7:15 live tip-off on SWX.